All right, this is week 8 of the online quiz league Pop Solos Spring 2024, sometimes referred to as season 13. Um, this is the grand final, tier 1. Here are your participants, starting with seat 1.
Howdy, Dan Burgess from Minneapolis. Looking forward to it.
Seat 2.
Hi, everyone. David Plotkin from Gainesville, Florida. Very happy to be here.
Seat 3.
Chris Ottolino in St. Louis, Missouri. Hello, everyone.
And seat 4.
Jason Sterlacci, Somerset, New Jersey. Looking forward to getting my ass kicked.
Y'all know the rules. You're all old hand at this. Hands in view as much as possible. You'll get 30 seconds for your direct question. I'll give a 10-second warning at the end of which I'll need an answer or pass. You'll get 4 seconds to decide if you want to use your bonus attempts, but it's pretty instantaneous, so please know before I call your name if you are going to bonus. Best of luck to all of you.
Yeah, good luck all.
Yes, good luck, everybody.
All right, round 1. Dan, here is the very first question. In what 1989 coming-of-age drama does John Keating teach English at the prestigious all-boys Welton Academy, at least until he's fired? Keating's students include the Whitman quoting Todd Anderson and Neil Perry, R.I.P.
Dead Poets Society.
Dead Poet Society is correct. Next one for Dan. Launched in 1995, Kirkland Signature is the private label brand belonging to what retailer?
I always get these mixed up. Costco.
That is Costco. Didn't mix it up this time. And Dan. What 2023 Netflix miniseries starred Ali Wong and Steven Yeun as two characters involved in a road rage incident?
Beef.
3 for 3. David, you're first.
And only beef. Sorry, go ahead.
David, you're first. What is the surname of former UConn women's basketball standout Maya? This player, who holds the UConn record for career points, was drafted first overall by the Minnesota Lynx in 2011 and has stayed with the Lynx for her entire 8-season WNBA career.
Moore.
Maya Moore is correct. Next for you, David. What actor finalized his divorce from Christine Baumgartner in 2024 after 19 years of marriage? The couple met on a golf course where he was training for a 1996 movie, but in 2023, it was rumored that Baumgartner was the reason he had distanced himself from his very popular television show, though he cited scheduling conflicts with the filming of an epic he was directing.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner is also correct. And your third, David. On the title track of Taylor Swift's newest album, The Tortured Poets Department, Swift sings the line, "You're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not blank." What singer-songwriter's name fills in the blank? Her 1975 debut album, Horses, frequently appears in lists of all-time greatest albums.
Smith.
Patti Smith gets you.
That was not a Lucky Smith. That was
I figured.
real Smith.
Patti Smith gets you the 3 for 3 either way. And now to Chris. Chris, what Disney Plus series features Diego Luna portraying a character who first appeared in the 2016 film Rogue One? As the title character, he plays a thief and scavenger who reluctantly comes to join the rebellion.
Andor.
And/or what? Yes. Next one for Chris. On the 22nd of May, 2002, what actor testified alongside Muhammad Ali and his wife Lonnie before a Senate subcommittee on the subject of Parkinson's disease research, funding, and protection?
Michael J. Fox.
Birthday boy, Michael J. Fox is correct. Would have also accepted Michael A. Fox. And Chris. The Man with the Iron Mask, an accurate visual description of the character, is the mascot for what band, having made his debut on the cover of their 1983 album, Metal Health?
Quiet Riot.
Quiet Riot is correct. Good use of
Nice.
time. All right,
No
Jason.
pressure on me to keep this going.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't gonna say it this time. Jason. The Ferber method and the chair method are two popular modern infant training techniques regarding what activity? The extinction method is a more traditional technique.
Huh. Let's try potty training.
Not what I've heard. Goes to Dan.
I'll pass.
Passes to David.
I have a guess, but I'll pass.
To Chris.
No kids. Pass.
What's your guess, David?
I don't want to say it in case it comes up later in the quad.
Okay.
It is,
Uh,
of course.
it was not
that's
that.
what I had
Oh,
to. Yeah.
The chair. Okay.
Yeah, it's sleep training, just getting kids to fall asleep. All
I think
right.
it's too late to teach a 10-year-old sleep training.
Well, I mean, try the Ferber method and then keep switching until you get it to work.
Asking for a me, obviously.
All right. Jason. What is the English name of the two-volume French graphic novel that depicts a fictionalized version of a 1953 power struggle? Participants in this power struggle were played by Steve Buscemi, Rupert Friend, and Jason Isaacs, among others, in a 2017 film adaptation that was banned in Russia and Kyrgyzstan.
Ooh, Goodbye, Lenin.
Not what I've heard. Goes to Dan.
The death of Stalin.
The Death of Stalin was
That
the
was
name
the
of
other thing I
that.
was thinking of.
Yep. Last question of the opening round. Jason. Among the new additions to the Criterion Collection in 2024 is a box set titled Tales of the Four Seasons, featuring 4 films by what French New Wave director who first rose to prominence as editor of the influential film journal Cahiers du Cinéma.
I don't know, a good, stupid guess. Varda.
Not what I've heard. David.
Yeah, I know it's not Varda.
Pass.
Passes to Chris.
Pass.
Dan.
Godard.
Not what I've heard.
The
This in this case
cuisine.
is Eric Romer.
Oh,
No.
damn it.
No.
Fortunately, I can name multiple French New Wave directors who are editors of Cahiers du Cinéma.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that really doesn't pin, but
Yeah, he has I thought he had a film called The Four Seasons, but I thought this was saying that it was this was a separate series of 4 films that were collectively titled Four Seasons, so I didn't make the connection.
Yeah, they actually are tales of each season. So these are 4 films that are Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Just insufficient knowledge.
No, all good. So that's the end of round 1. Y'all can see the scores, so I'm not going to recap them. Is this pace okay for everyone? Am I reading too fast, too slow? We good?
You're good.
Oh, good.
Different questions, Bob, but otherwise you're fine.
Well, you're almost guaranteed them.
That's true.
All
I
right.
mean, if they were the same questions, you probably would get them right.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yeah. So do you want to change your request, Jason?
Let's just play.
Okay. All right, Dan. Dan, a 2022 user poll on BoardGameGeek.com named what 2007 strategy card game a top game for 2 players. In this game, which is set in space, players choose to explore, develop, settle, consume, or produce in an effort to build the most prosperous and powerful empire. Ten seconds.
Prosperous and powerful empire thing makes me think this is not right, but I'll try terraforming Mars.
Not what I've heard. Goes to David.
Pass.
Passes to Chris.
Pass.
Jason.
Pass.
This is a game called Race for the Galaxy.
Never heard of it.
But terraforming Mars has been a common guess for folks.
It's in space. You could play with 2 people, but yeah, anyway.
Next one for Dan. What is the surname of former UConn women's basketball standout Tina, Drafted first overall by the Connecticut Sun in 2010, she has been called the best player in WNBA history not to have appeared in the finals.
Charles?
Tina Charles is correct.
Good.
And third for you in round two, Dan. On the 10th of May, 1990, before the Senate Labor and Human Resources Committee, Whit Egotter and talk show co-host testified alongside fellow comedian Robin Williams and a photo of Billy Crystal on the subject of homelessness prevention.
Whoopi Goldberg?
Would have also accepted a Lucky Johnson in this case, Karen Johnson being her real name. Right. David. What 2003 Ivy Queen track, number 2 on Rolling Stone's list of greatest reggaeton songs, is considered a feminist anthem for women who want to celebrate their bodies and explore their sensuality on the dance floor without the looming expectation of sex afterward?
I think I've heard of this. How about Leave Me Alone?
Not What I've Heard goes to Chris.
Pass.
Passes to Jason.
Pass.
Dan.
Pass.
Ivy Queen Wants to Dance, and the song's title is
okay.
Quiero
Bailar.
Bailar.
Yeah, in hindsight, I should have given a Spanish fraud instead of an English language fraud. Oh well.
Well, you don't have to break out the Spanish for this next one. Much of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew takes place in Padua, so it's only fitting that much of what 1999 teen rom-com, which is based on that Shakespeare play, should be set at the fictional Padua High School.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Is correct. And David. Snaggletooth, a fanged beast with a spiked helmet and long, curving tusk, is the mascot for what band, having made its debut on the cover of their 1977 eponymous debut studio album? Snaggletooth can also be found in some form or another on the covers of nearly all the band's studio albums, like on 1980's Ace of Spades, where he appears as a badge.
Motorhead.
Motorhead is correct. All right, moving on to Chris. Oops. Chris, here's your first question. Guarded on its left by the Calibo Sound, part of the Intracoastal Waterway, and with a nearby red and white striped lighthouse serving as a backdrop, the par 4 18th hole at what course is considered one of golf's most recognizable finishes? Note, while the course is located on an island, that island is not part of its name.
Kiowa?
Can you repeat that, please?
Kiowa?
Not What I've Heard goes to Jason.
Try Hilton Head.
Not What I've Heard goes to David.
Pass.
Passes to Dan.
Gonna guess Kiowa, so I'll pass.
Apparently it is located on Hilton Head, but it's called Harbor Town Golf.
Harbor Town. Oh well.
Okay.
Kiowa might actually be called Kiowa Island too.
Yeah. Chris, what alliterative two-word term describes actively placing infants in prone positions to enable them to strengthen their neck and shoulder muscles?
Belly balancing?
Not What I've Heard goes to David.
Pass.
Jason.
Pass.
Dan.
Tummy time?
Tummy time is
Oh,
correct.
yes, that's right.
Nice.
Chris, last one for you in this round. Great Value, launched in 1993, Old Roy, created in 1983, and Sam's Choice, introduced in 1991, are among the dozens of private label brands belonging to what retailer?
Walmart?
Walmart is correct.
Assumed that it wasn't just going to be Sam's Club.
Well, there's even a note about Sam's Club in the answer line.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason, the last three questions of the round start with this one for you. Actress Clara Bepeller famously asked, "Where's the beef?" in a notable mid-80s commercial campaign for what restaurant chain?
That'll be Wendy's.
It is Wendy's.
All right, I'm off the schneid. Here we go.
Yeah, here comes the comeback. Next one for you. What actress, best known for a cable fantasy epic, re-entered divorce proceedings with Joe Jonas in 2024? Rumors of her partying hit the press, but she claimed that a point of contention was whether their children would live in the US or in her home country, the United Kingdom.
That is, oh God, what is her name? Turner?
Sansa Stark herself, Sophie Turner, is correct. And last question in the round. Jason, in the song The Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift name drops what pop singer-songwriter in the line, "We declared blank should be a bigger artist." Recent hits off this artist's latest self-titled album include Light Switch and Left and Right, the latter of which features BTS's Jungkook.
Hmm.
10 seconds.
Hmm. Mendes, Sean Mendes.
Not what I've heard. David?
Charlie Puth.
Charlie Puth is the
Oh,
singer-songwriter in question. Yes. All right. That concludes round two. Back to the top of the order. Dan, here's how round three starts. What onomatopoeic word describes calming an infant by imitating the white noise they would have heard in the womb? Along with swaddling, side stomach position, swinging, and sucking, it is one of Dr. Harvey Karp's 5 S's of sleep. Ten left on the clock.
Okay, shushing.
Shushing is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Next one for Dan. Though Daddy Yankee has since been dubbed thusly, King of Reggaeton, aka El Rey, initially referred to what artist with 4 songs on Rolling Stone's list of the greatest 100 greatest reggaeton songs? Dile, Reggaeton Latino, Dele Don Dele, and Pobre Diabla. 10 seconds left.
Okay, Nicky Jam.
Not what I've heard. Chris?
Don Omar.
Dale Don Dale refers
Well
to
done.
Don Omar.
Nice.
Dan. A Disney Plus miniseries featuring Tamura Morrison portraying a character who first appeared in the 1978 Star Wars Hollywood holiday special, but who was better known for appearances in later films, focuses on the title character taking over the territory once controlled by Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine. The character's name is featured in the title of this miniseries, but what words precede it?
Hoping you prompt me if you need more than this. The Book of.
The Book of is what I needed for the points. The full
I think
title.
it's like The Mandalorian: The Book of Boba Fett, maybe, but yeah.
No,
I
it's
think it's just Book of Boba Fett.
When it first came out, at least, it's possible that Disney Plus changed the title because of algorithm reasons. But
David, over to you. Here's the first for round three. What is the name of the ongoing graphic novel and webcomic series that details the relationship of 2 boys who attend Trulham Grammar School? Kit Connor and Joe Locke play the 2 protagonists, Nick Nelson and Charlie Spring, in a Netflix TV series adaptation of that debuted in 2022?
Heartstopper.
Heartstopper is correct. Next for you. A 2022 user poll on BoardGameGeek.com named what 2018 worker placement game a top game for 2 players. In this game, which is set in a forest, players take the role of woodland creatures who are building a village over a period of 4 seasons by collecting resources, recruiting workers, and constructing buildings.
I can't believe I'm going to get this wrong again. God damn it.
10 seconds, David.
Everdell.
You got it right this time.
Well
It
done.
is
Very
Oh,
good.
thank God.
Everdell.
Then I guess I'm mistaken because this came up in the Gen Z mini league and it must have been a different game because I answered Everdell for that and got it wrong. Anyways, I mixed those 2 games up and I'm glad I picked the right one this time.
Well,
Well, now I'm mad that your memory wasn't better. You didn't remember the wrong one.
Yeah, that's a lot of luck there.
all right. Well, David, here's your last question of the round. In an acclaimed TV show whose 3rd season is due to be released at the end of this month, a failing Chicago sandwich shop known as The Beef is closed and transformed into what titular restaurant?
The Bear?
The Bear is correct. Yeah.
I thought that was the name of the character. I didn't realize it was the name of the
It's
restaurant.
both.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I mean,
both.
Yeah.
it would be kind of shitty for them to say titular restaurant and not have that be the answer.
It would.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
All right.
just a little PTSD with beef related questions.
Yeah. Not the last time you'll hear that word today. Chris. In what 1988 dark comedy is Veronica Sawyer a student at Westerberg High School alongside childhood pal Betty Finn, romantic interest J.D. Dean, at least until he blows up, and Veronica's 3 titular companions, 2 of whom make it to the end of the movie?
Heathers.
This is a description of the movie Heathers. Next one for you. What singer and actress finalized her divorce from Dalton Gomez in 2024 after nearly 3 years of marriage? Her current beau is Ethan Slater, her co-star in the highly anticipated film adaptation of a Broadway musical slated for release this November.
Ariana Grande.
She said, "Thank you next" to her husband. Yes. And Chris. Another 2024 Criterion release is a 1975 Peter Weir film that chronicles the disappearance of a group of schoolgirls while at an outdoor meal excursion where, per the film's title. It's actually a real location in Victoria, Australia.
Am I given the location or the name of the movie, or can I just give the name of the movie?
Sure.
Sure.
Knock yourself
Picnic
out.
at Hanging Rock.
Yes. Hanging Rock is what I needed for the point.
Okay, yeah,
but
I was like,
yeah,
outdoor meal excursion was saying a lot without saying much.
The
Yeah.
book of Picnic at Hanging Rock.
Yeah, the book, The Mandalorian, the book of.
Not
All
to be
right.
confused with the Picnic at the Sarlacc Pit.
Yes.
I would watch that.
So would I, actually. Anyway, Jason, here's your questions. On the 11th of June, 2019, with a speech that concluded, "They did their jobs with courage, grace, tenacity, and humility. 18 years later, do yours." What once and again late night host ripped into congressional lawmakers at the House Judiciary Committee hearing on reauthorizing the September 11th Victim Compensation Fund.
That's Jon Stewart.
Would have also accepted John Leibovitz. Another one for Jason. The First Lady of Golf Architecture, Alice Dye, designed the par 3 17th hole known as the Island Green at what golf course? This course continues to offer the biggest purse on the PGA Tour.
Oh God. Doral? I don't even know.
Not what I've heard. David?
Not pulling it. Pass.
Chris?
Pass.
Dan?
TPC at Sawgrass?
TPC Sawgrass is correct.
Yeah, that stings. I knew it was in
Slipped my
Florida.
mind. I don't know
remember
why
the
I went
name.
with Doral. Oh my god.
Kept thinking Sawtooth, which is not a fun name for a golf course. Good get, Dan.
Jason. Market Pantry, introduced in 2001, Bullseye's Playground, launched in 2015, and Good and Gather, since 2019, are among the 50 private label brands belonging to what retailer?
I mean, if it's not Target, who the hell is naming it Bullseye's Playground? So Target.
Let's say that's your answer, and that is correct. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
You hit the thing you were aiming for.
Hey.
What would we call that? Yes. End of round 3, penultimate round, round 4. Dan, here is the first question. What is the name of the 1997 graphic novel that depicts the lives of two teenage girls, Enid and Rebecca? A 2001 film adaptation starring Thora Birch and Scarlett Johansson earned an Oscar nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay for both the graphic novel's author, Daniel Clowes, and the film's director, Terry Swigoff.
Ghost World.
That is Ghost World. Dan, here's another. Taylor Swift makes reference to Lucy and Jack with no last names on the title track of the Tortured Poets Department. It is speculated that Lucy is Lucy Dacus, a member of what indie rock group that announced a hiatus in February of this year. The trio had opened for Swift on a few stops on her Eras tour.
Boy Genius.
Boy Genius is also correct. And your third in round 4. The church pews, a large bunker with 12 berms, each of which is covered in thick, shaggy grass, sits between the 3rd and 4th fairways of what golf course? Eventual runner-up Tiger Woods refused to hit balls from the church pews while practicing for the 2007 US Open, saying he didn't really think he should be practicing negativity.
See Burns and Shaggy Grass, I think Britain, but the US Open generally isn't held there. So let's try Beth Page.
Not what I have here. Goes to
Okay.
David.
Pass.
Chris. Jason.
Pass.
You're right. It isn't in England. It's Oakmont Country
Okay.
Club, which is just outside of Pittsburgh, something like that.
Yep, it is.
All right. David. Craftsman until 2017 and Kenmore until 2018 were house brands belonging to what retailer?
I was really hoping to get a food-related question for this because I shop for food a lot more than I shop for this stuff.
10 seconds.
I'll say Home Depot.
Not what I have here. Goes to Chris.
Sears.
Sears was, yeah, the retailer we in question. Next for David. What Disney Plus series features Rosario Dawson portraying a character who first appeared in the 2008 animated film Star Wars: The Clone Wars? The title character was a Padawan of Anakin Skywalker, a relationship further explored in her series.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka is correct. And David. In February, Criterion released a box set containing The Heroic Trio and Executioners, a pair of post-apocalyptic martial arts films featuring Michelle Yeoh, Anita Mui, and what third actress? She plays a hard-boiled, shotgun-toting bounty hunter who goes by the nickname Thief Catcher. Ten seconds.
Ziyi Zhang.
Not what I have here. Goes to Jason.
Pass.
Passes to Chris.
Pass.
Dan.
No reason not to guess. Ming Na Wen.
Not what I have here. If you had just
Maggie
said the
Chung.
surname, you might have actually gotten away with just
Yeah,
Chung.
Maggie
But
Chung.
Well, that would have been
Uh,
fraud, but okay.
Yeah, I
fair
wouldn't
enough.
have felt good about that. I know who
No.
Maggie Chung is, and I was definitely not trying to say her. So
yeah, no, I get it. Chris, here is your first direct in round 4. What is the name of the former UConn women's basketball standout Swin, a WNBA first round draft pick in 2002, number 2 overall? She led the Detroit Shock to their first WNBA championship title in 2003.
Taylor.
Not what I hear. Jason?
Cash.
Straight cash, homie. Swin Cash is correct. Chris. Beef is the name of a season 11 episode of what TV show that just completed its 25th season? In it, Tony Award winner Aaron Tveit guest stars as a suspect of a meat packing plant murder that Detective Olivia Benson goes undercover to solve.
Law and Order SVU.
Is correct. And Chris? A 2022 user poll on BoardGameGeek.com named what 2009 set collection card game a top game for 2 players. In this game, which is set in India, players must buy, sell, and trade cards at the market to become richer than one's opponent, with the ultimate goal of being appointed the Maharaja's personal trader.
Taj Mahal.
Not what I hear. Goes to David.
Jaipur.
Jaipur is correct.
Very well done.
All right. And Jason, over to you. Here's your first in this round. A hulking, demonic figure named Murray is the mascot for what band, having originated on the cover of their 1983 debut studio album, Holy Diver? Murray's origin story, that he was a Malkovian born before the dawn of man, was detailed in a souvenir book that was from the 1987 Dream Evil tour. Please note, name the band.
Dio.
Dio is correct.
No fairy, name the lead singer.
Penultimate question of the penultimate round. Jason. In what 2003 comedy does musician Dewey Finn fraudulently substitute teach a 5th grade class at Horace Green Prep, at least until he's fired?
School of Rock.
School of Rock is also correct. And Jason. What 2017 J Balvin and Willie William hit number 21 on Rolling Stone's list of greatest reggaeton songs got a remix version featuring Beyonce that hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100?
Run It? I don't know.
Not what I've here. Goes to David.
Pass.
Passes to Chris.
Pass.
Dan.
I can hear it in my head. I can't get the title. Pass.
You're passing on Mi Gente.
Yeah, me had thing.
I
All right.
probably missed that one.
My peeps takes us to the final round. Good luck. Have fun, everyone.
Indeed.
Yep, good.
First, first of the final, Dan. What actress, best known for her work on a long-running sitcom that concluded in 2020, released a statement announcing her impending divorce from Joe Manganiello? Rumors circulated that he wanted kids and she didn't, and she later confirmed this to be true, citing that he is younger than she is.
Vergara.
Sofia Vergara is correct. Next one for Dan. Vic Rattlehead, a skeleton with a riveted visor over his eyes, hooks over his mouth, and metal plugs in his ear sockets, is the mascot for what band, having made a debut of sorts on the cover of their 1985 debut album, Killing Is My Business. Business is good.
Megadeth.
Megadeth is correct.
Very surprised we didn't get an Eddie.
Eddie.
From
I
our-
think that's too easy.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
too easy.
Yeah, that's a way to balance
Yeah,
that.
I guess I was expecting them to like say name the mascot, given the
Mhm.
band just to balance it. But yeah, it's still a good quad.
Yeah, I like that quad.
All right. And Dan, last direct for you. Nancy Savoca directed River Phoenix and Lily Taylor in what newly anointed Criterion film set in the 1960s. First released in 1991, it centers around a party where men compete to bring the most unattractive dates they can find.
Well, crap.
Ten seconds.
The Ball.
Not what I've heard. David,
Pass.
Chris,
Pass.
Jason.
Pass.
This movie was called Dogfight.
Mm.
All right.
Okay.
Over to David. First of the final for
All
you.
right. Child rearing golf courses. Here we go.
Well, golf courses first. Grandstand seating for 20,000 spectators surround the Coliseum. The 16th hole on the stadium course at what golf complex that is part of the TPC network? After Sam Ryder and Carlos Ortiz achieved holes in one on this par 3 in February of 2022, raucous crowds cheered and threw beer cans and water bottles onto the green. Note that your answer should not include the name of a state capital.
I don't understand what's happening here. I will just take somebody else's wrong guess from before and say Kiowa.
Not what I've heard. Goes to Chris.
I'll pass.
Jason.
Pass.
Over to Dan.
Medina.
Not what I've heard. Just outside of Phoenix, I guess. It's TPC Scottsdale.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And like 2 golf courses.
All right. David. On the 29th of April, 2015, what so unusual singer and co-founder of the True Colors Fund testified before a Senate subcommittee on the subject of ending LGBTQ plus youth homelessness?
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper is correct. And David, last direct for you. What word follows baby-led in the term for a parenting technique pioneered by Dr. Gil Rapley that emphasizes allowing infants who are at least 6 months old to skip parent-made purees in lieu of self-feeding foods they select themselves?
One of my friends who had a newborn was telling me about doing this. I don't remember what he called it. Choice.
Not what I've heard. Chris?
I'll pass.
Jason?
Why the hell not? Let's try nutrition.
Not what I've heard. Dan?
Dinner.
Not what I've heard either. Trying to get them off formula or breast milk, it's weaning.
Oh, weaning.
Weaning.
Of course.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Chris, here's your first in this round. What 2 words of first and last name are shared by the titles of each of the titles of 6 graphic novels written between 2004 and 2010 by Brian Lee O'Malley? These 2 words are also part of the 2010 film adaptation of the series, which featured Anna Kendrick, Chris Evans, Aubrey Plaza, and Brie Larson in supporting roles. Ten seconds.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim is correct.
You gave me hope, Chris.
I don't know. Like, anyway.
All right. Next for Chris. Some editions of the Tortured Poets Department on CD and vinyl feature a poem on the inside cover that was written by what singer-songwriter? Swift name drops her in the track Clara Bow, where she sings, "You look like blank in 75, the hair and lips. Crowd goes wild at her fingertips."
Stevie Nicks.
Stephanie Stevie Nicks.
Well done.
is
Glad
correct.
Patty Smith was already taken as an answer in that quad.
That one had fewer clues than the other one. That was well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Fingertips, I wanted Stevie Wonder, then I saw the pronoun.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I was actually thinking of was it Witchy Woman where they had the finger? Like, wait, that doesn't make any sense.
All right. Chris, your last direct. Oye Mi Canto was a 2004 Billboard Hot 100 hit for what rapper who had begun recording Spanish language songs to reflect his Puerto Rican background? The track, which featured Nina Sky, Gem Star, Daddy Yankee, and Big Mato, is number 8 on Rolling Stone's list of greatest reggaeton songs.
Fat Joe.
Not what I've heard. Goes to David.
Pass.
Jason.
I was gonna guess Fat Joe. Pass.
Dan.
Jules Santana.
Not what I've heard. Was looking for Victor James Santiago Jr., who goes by either
well,
Noriega or
Oh,
Norre.
Norre, yeah.
All right. The last 3 questions are for
Yeah, I've got
Jason.
Yukon. Let's do it.
Okay. Jason. A 2022 user poll on BoardGameGeek.com names what 2021 set collection game a top game for 2 players. In this game, players must build enclosures, support conservation projects, ensuring the preservation of animal species in an effort to build the most successful zoo.
Let's try Menagerie.
Not what I've heard. Goes to David.
Arc Nova.
Arc Nova.
Oh, I've heard of that. Oh well.
Next one for Jason. What Disney Plus miniseries, whose title starts and ends with the same 3 letters, features Ewan McGregor portraying a character who first appeared in the 1977 film Star Wars: A New Hope. This series is set 10 years after the Jedi Order was purged via Order 66.
It ends with the same first 3 letters. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I was like, it's just Obi-Wan, right? That doesn't make any sense.
That's what I thought too, but yeah.
I think that's why they worded it that way. Because
Yes, of course.
it was like in discussion about it, people were calling it Obi-Wan for short. But
I'm sure. Yeah.
that's
That's good.
that is-
I was like, what?
Yeah. All right. And it's the quad you had pre-called. What is the surname of former UConn women's basketball standout Nafisa? Drafted in the first round by the Minnesota Lynx in 2019, she scored 27 points in her first WNBA game, the second highest rookie debut ever after Candace Parker.
Of course, it's the one I don't know. Let's try Wright.
Not what I've heard. Goes to Chris.
Jackson.
Not what I've heard. David.
Go for a Lucky Jones.
Not what I've heard. Dan.
I should know this. I live in Minnesota, but I don't. Pass.
Her surname is Collier. Collier.
Okay, I really should have known that.
Any
Okay, I
bells.
only heard her referred to by last name.
Oof.
All right. Congratulations.
Great game, everybody.
Dan.
Yeah,
You
Yeah, really good
are
game, y'all. That was
the grand champion. But yes, well played all. I'm going to stop the recording.